If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday. It is 7 p.m. It is time for the Locker Room Breakdown. This is our Raw Perspective. We are the preview review show without any video. I am OMD. I am joined, as always, by my partner in crime, the one, the only, Bubba Duke. How we doing, brother?
Holy jumping, dude. I didn't know if I was going to make it tonight. I'll be honest. I was up till like 4:30 in the morning playing WWE 2K25, the GM mode.
Right.
Completely lost track of time, dude. Looked at the clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I better go to bed. But I'm here.
That's awesome.
Very much, but
because I mean, in about 15 minutes, you're going to have to take the reins for a bit, as I've got getting a very, very important phone call.
Yeah, I would not miss that phone call.
I would not either. This is just too important. So let's dive right into it, and we'll go with the review from last week. And right off the bat, we have Cody Rhodes and John Cena under one roof.
I'm actually watching the replay of that right now. You know what? As much as I could care less about John Cena, this promo that they did against each other was dynamite.
It was.
Like, they brought stuff that they did that nobody knows about. Like, when you're traveling.
Yep.
And you do that car karaoke.
Yeah.
Like, Cody threw that in his face. Like, dude, we did this. Like, why are you acting like this? This isn't John Cena.
Yeah.
So I wonder really if The Rock's kind of holding something over his head.
No, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if we do get an appearance from Dwayne in a couple of weeks. I know we're both sort of wanting the title shift for that specific belt to move to SmackDown. What I liked about this is it wasn't John Cena going long-winded right off the bat. He was interrupted before he could get a word out.
Yeah, he literally went with like this with the mic and went to bring it in, and the lights went out, and Cody's music and video hit, which I feel that was proper. Cody needs to start getting aggressive. Not heel aggressive, but baby face aggressive, which he's doing.
Yes.
He's taking the fight to his opponent now, where he's like, you know what? You've had your time to talk. Shut up.
Yeah.
So, and then at the end of that whole segment, as John Cena's trying to leave, Cody beaks him a little bit and makes him come back into the ring. And then they have their little scuffle, which I think was perfect.
It was. I mean, you get that first real twinge of a heel John Cena going for the sucker punch.
Yeah, which, I mean, honestly, the way they've been playing this with John Cena kind of being the hands-off heel, I haven't minded. It's been cool. It's different. It's not something we see all the time. Usually when you're a heel, you're all aggressive. You're in there, your fists flying. This was the first time we got to see John Cena be aggressive.
Yes.
As the heel. And unfortunately, it backfired on him because Cody Rhodes knows the man and is a step or two ahead of him all the time.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was a good opener for it. It set your bar, not super high, but high enough that you, as the next person coming in, was like, ooh, I gotta be on my A game
Yep.
because I either got to maintain this level or get it higher.
Yeah.
There was no opportunity of going lower because if you did, you were getting in trouble.
Yes. And well, speaking of getting it higher and elevating, our next match, we had the New Day in a tag team match versus a returning New Catch Republic.
Right? Dude, I had completely forgot that this group even existed. To be honest, because the one guy was hurt for so long. Not Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate
Yes.
had been hurt for so long. I completely forgot they existed. And I'll be honest, I popped like I had just seen Andre the Giant walk through the curtain, to be honest. I was like,
Right.
holy crap, they're back.
Right. And, what better place for them to do it than in London, England, which is, I don't know if that's specifically Tyler Bates' hometown, but it is his home country. It's
the country. It's that they work different over there than us. They're not about, yes, they like their hometown, but it's the whole country.
Yeah.
It's the whole, like, and I hate to say this, but it's like I equate it to the States, where it's not just my hometown or my home state. It's I am proud of the whole country.
Right.
So
And
it's
see,
like
we as Canadians, we are like that as well. Whereas I find in the US, they are US strong.
Yeah.
When it comes to something that affects the whole nation. I mean, if it's one city and it's your arch rival city and something happens, yes, you're going to back them up. But there you get that state versus state rivalry, that city versus city. I know we have it here too with, like, for example, Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury.
Oh, yeah. Again, our hockey teams don't help that one neither.
Right. And that's a big thing behind all of it, right? Is the competitive nature.
I mean, everybody has that. Even over there, they do, because all their football clubs, all their little city. Yeah, okay, they're gonna, oh, your town sucks because blah blah blah. But when it comes down to it, it's the country.
Yeah,
they love each other, but yeah, they're competitive. Like, it's human nature.
Exactly.
But this match, because we had called it before the show, we're like, New Day needs to do something or be done. There needs to be something new. So I'm tired of them fighting. And then this happened.
Yeah.
Where New Catch Republic comes out and we're like, oh my God, dude, we called this on the pre-show.
Right.
And it was nice. It was nice to see. Now I'm hoping this is going to be a rivalry that's going to build into something big.
You know what? I'm okay with it just being a one-off if it helps reinvigorate the tag team division.
That's kind of why I'm like, I want it to be a rivalry, not a huge long one, not an outdrawn BS. Have a couple of good matches, and then like the night before your pay-per-view, the go home show, have it explode there and be done or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I agree, if it's not going to help the tag team division, don't do it.
Right. And again, short-term booking, I think they did it right. I mean, you had the New Day then go out and say, look, we've held how many tag team championships? We want our shot, which was accepted by the War Raiders right at the top of the entrance ramp.
I'm sorry. I still am emotional about these guys walking through the curtain and just like Dunn looks so happy that it's his brother is back, you know? And he looks reinvigorated, like he's ready to start kicking more ass and getting those titles back around his waist.
Yes, 100%.
So if that's where we're going, take my money.
Yeah. Up next, we had our world heavyweight champion Gunther in a non-title match against Jimmy Uso a match that was stopped by the referee, but it didn't end there.
No. Do you want to take this one first, or
This was brutality at its finest.
that's not how I would have put it, but okay, at its finest.
Under
We'll go with that.
the WWE banner, this was brutality at its finest.
Yeah. If this didn't happen on WWE, bro's looking at assault charges, attempted murder charge, you name it. He's going to jail anywhere else you do this. This is why they say do not do this at home, people, because I'm one for a beatdown. Okay, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the hardcore stuff because that's how I
Right.
my career. But that turned my stomach. Okay. Like I wanted to throw up. I was just like, that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, dude, it's like someone taking Carl Kerfeld or one of you guys, tying me up and just beating the snot out of you, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
That's how it hit me. It hit me that deep in my emotions. I was just like, oh,
Wow.
dude, I can't. It got me because I love the Usos. Who doesn't?
Right.
Right? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect Gunther because the guy scares the shit out of me.
Right.
But when you take the Usos and do what Gunther did, I'm surprised, to be honest. We haven't seen anything on social media from the head of that family right now. Fatu, what's his name? Rikishi. Because when shit went down against Naomi, he was right on social media. That's my boy's girl. You just done gone and effed up.
Right.
Why is he not on social media right now? Freaking out that guy did what he did to not one of his kids, but both of them.
Right.
Right.
What I miss, and it's something that we didn't see very often in the past, it's something that I would love to see. Is somebody who is able to come in, doesn't need to get the pin or the submission, but beats their opponents, and it's constant knockout.
Yeah.
That dominant ground and pound. We got that from Gunther.
Oh, yeah.
I think I didn't like the idea of it being zip ties. I would have preferred it to be handcuffs just because I get worried about the zip ties cutting off circulation.
Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of probably what triggered that feeling in me was the zip ties. Because I was a security guard in another shoot job, doing the use of force training, they make you use zip ties so that you understand if it goes too tight, this is going to happen and it's not comfortable. Well, it happened to me and I had a panic attack while in the zip ties. And it just, seeing zip ties around somebody's wrist freaks me out now. So, I mean, my own trauma got pushed into that whole scenario. But again, it's that's what wrestling is about. It's about triggering, whether it's a good emotion, bad emotion, happy, sad. That's what we are doing as professional wrestlers. Remember, it is not fake. Okay. I heard somebody, and I'm going to call this guy out right now, to be honest. I know he doesn't watch our show because he works for a music channel station here in our city. He literally said wrestling is fake. Those are fake chairs, fake everything. It's all staged. Okay. I'm going to put this out there, and I'm going to talk to the owner of the CWE when it comes back into town. You come into the ring with me and tell me how fake it is. I'll pay the owner of the company for 5 minutes in his ring to show you how fake wrestling really is.
Right. There is no way you can gimmick a chair.
He said they were just plastic chairs, and that's why they make such a big noise. It's just plastic. Yeah, see, okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. because it's a whole bag of worms. But if you want to see how fake wrestling really is, come to the CWE show. I not only will invite you, I'll pay for your ticket, and I'm going to pay the owner to have a match with you in the ring. Let's see how fake wrestling really is, brother.
Yeah.
Like I got holes in my forehead, bro. That's how fake it is.
Right.
On to the next one.
On to the next
I had
one.
to have that rant. So
We had the Judgment Day in a tag team match of Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio defeating your boy Penta and Braun Breaker.
Now, this is the first time since Penta came to WWE that he has physically been pinned. So let's remember that.
Yes.
I mean, dude, it was a good match. And then it kind of went to shit at the end. it turned into shenanigans.
It did, but I mean, it was a fantastic match, and all it took was one guy pulling another guy out of the way for Braun to hit Penta with the spear.
Yes. There was, I don't know if you seen or paid attention to the social media afterwards. There was a video put out by Penta.
I have to interrupt. I have to
do your thing. But yeah, there was a message put out via Penta calling out Braun Breaker that he basically made a truce with him for one night to do this match, to succeed in a competition with him. So there was a big fight about that. But yes, the Judgment Day winning. Dominic tried to recruit Penta, which backfired completely. Penta ended up beating a couple people with the chair. Things went down, you know, that kind of stuff. Next, we had AJ Styles calling out Logan Paul, which I'll be honest was the sleep match. Or not even a match, it was a segment, sorry. It was brutal. Mr. Best, welcome to the show again. If you want to jump in and have time, go ahead. It was all a part of the build to that fatal four-way. Yeah, and thank you for pointing that back out, Mr. Best. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's going to be a fatal four-way. So that's going to be at WrestleMania too, by the way, this right here. And keep your eye out because people, I know there's going to be, it's not a watch along, it's a PLE patrol. Basically, it's what we do every time that we watch Raw and SmackDown and Impact. And we're going to be on the screen telling you what's going on. Like right now, I'm rewatching Raw that we're talking about this segment with the New Day and New Catch Republic. The War Raiders just came out. And yeah, didn't cause shenanigans, just held the titles up to the New Day, saying that they suck. But the Penta match was good. I appreciated it. The segment with AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Logan Paul is, you guys know I don't like the guy. He can long walk, short knock, dive in a hole that's got dynamite in it. I don't care. As a wrestler, if he would just shut his mouth and wrestle, minty, I would love the guy. He is a talent in that ring. The dude can wrestle. I'm telling you right now, he can wrestle. Our last match of the evening was Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. And it went to a DDQ, double disqualification, because both women had put their hands on the ref, the special guest referee, Bianca Belair. And she had let the first one kind of go, but then it happened two more times and she just had enough. She's like, nope, we're done here. I'm done here. We're done. Like, call an end to the match. So I don't know what the fallout's going to be for this. Mr. Best, if you're still in here and can communicate real quick, give me your thoughts on how you feel this match went. I thought it was going really well. Yeah, okay, shit happened, but it is what it is, right? Like, you're gonna bump the ref. You're gonna run into the ref every now and then. You're gonna have those accidents, but I feel that Bianca really wasn't in it to be 100% judgment free on what was going on. Like, she tried calling it down the middle, and then Io kind of bumped into her, and then things happened, and then a little bit later, it wasn't that long later, but a little bit later, we had Rhea like hit her, and it was really weird how this match went down. But again, I think it's going this way because they want to have that fatal three-way, that triple threat match for the title, which Io's holding, which Io's already said 3 or 4 times now that I don't care who my opponent is. I'll take on both these women and whip both their butts because I'm done being looked past. Like, nobody's paying attention to Io, who's got the title. And here's Mr. Best replying to me. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your response. I loved how it all went down. If I was in Bianca's shoes, I'd be annoyed and call for the double DQ too. See, I'm not blaming her. She, as a ref, should have called the first one and said, "You touched me, we're done." Because you're not supposed to do anything remotely close to doing what they did. Which, I mean, come on now. Why would you do that? So again, she kind of went, it was an accident. I'll let this one go. But then it happened kind of like 2 times after that with Rhea. The first one was kind of a accident. I'll call it an accident. But the second one was more of a get the hell out of my way. I'm going to do whatever I want to win this match because I want to whip your butt at WrestleMania. Again, nobody paying attention to our women's champion, Io Sky. I'm sorry, but Io is not the kind of woman that you just look past. You need to pay attention to her. You don't. This is what goes down. You get shenanigans. You get a brawl, basically. Like, these women, and I'm going to say it, I feel that the women have stepped their game up to a point that management should be looking at the guys going, you better get your heads out of your butts because these women are making you look like fools. Simple. Get your head out of your ass. Do your job. But yeah, it ended up in a double DQ again because Bianca just had enough of the physicality. And this is the reason I can't blame her. She went into this match saying, okay, listen, I don't care who's who. I'm a referee. I'm going to do my job. And my job is to call it down the middle and not be biased and not be favoritism somebody. Call it down the middle, which she had started out and tried to do. Can't blame her. But at the same time, oh, there's a bug. Blah, go away. Mosquito. Yeah, it was a hard match to call for Belair. Adam Pearce put her kind of in a corner. It was like, if you really want your title shot against an honest person, you got to make it an honest win. And with them putting hands on her, they really couldn't. she couldn't do it. She couldn't be unbiased because that stuff happened. So anyway, you know what, people? We have a minute. I'm going to play you a little clip here of everything that happens here on the Turnbuckle Studios page and everything that happens with the affiliation program. That includes that place right there, the Boar's Nest, and this place that you're at right now, the locker room. So let's take a look at that video.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
That's right, boys and girls. Again, so just a quick note, affiliationprogram.my.canva.site. Go there, check out all our latest programming, meet the crew. We're all on there. If you want to become part of the crew, please send us a message. We can help you get started into the podcasting business, I guess. Either you can join with us, or if you already have your own show and you just need some extra help, by all means, we're about community, not about self. Totally about community. If you want to do a collaboration, like join us on the Locker Room Breakdown, give your input, we would love that. If you want to join a program such as what's coming up next, the Raw Patrol, I almost said Paw Patrol because it's so close, but the Raw Patrol, let us know. We can get you started. If you're a TNA fan like myself and Mr. OMD, listen, we're always happy to have somebody new come in and talk TNA with us. We would love it, by all means. And just a quick little, I'm kind of trying to kill time so MD can get back here. Not going to lie. You all know my social medias. You know, the YouTube is Bubba OMD. Twitchland is Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. I do a lot of single player game over there. Right now, I am totally eating up this WWE 2K25 GM mode. I am switching between second place and first place with SmackDown brand. I am WCW. And I'm trying to figure out if anybody knows how to obtain a Hall of Famer or a older superstar on that game in GM mode. Please let me know. I'm trying to figure it out. On that note, I'm going to tell you right now, OMD's link tree is linktr.ee/OMD show. Check him out there. And Mr. Best, because everybody knows who he is, definitely check out his link tree too. It's linktr.ee/Chris_best83. And if you want some of our merch, go check out carlcarafelt.redbubble.com. All these logos you see on the screen, all this stuff, it's all there. Even my old school logo we're going to leave it up there for a little while. I might buy some of the old merch with that old logo, autograph it, and have prizes. If you watch a certain show, they might give you one. So keep your eye out for that. Again, my buddy Chris Parrish, Linktree is linktr.ee/Chris Parrish. But check out his stuff that he does with Beercade on Facebook here. Beercade is going to be live in Edmonton with Chris Parrish there. he's going to have a table. So you got to get on this media because he only has a certain amount of seats at this table. And if you want to hang and watch WrestleMania with a professional wrestler and possibly have a beer with him, I'm not saying he's going to. I'm not saying he's not going to. I don't know. I'm just saying he might have a beer because he will be working. Get your seat at that table right now because they are selling like hotcakes. Like, I think he has maybe 2, 3, 4 seats maybe left at this table. So definitely check him out. Mr. OMD, welcome back. We have...
Thank you.
Yeah, he fell into the piss, but no, he was talking to his... Okay.
Yeah, no, Shane called, so I was talking to him.
All right, bro. We are doing the preview for tonight.
Okay.
Before I get too far ahead of us, I just want to take a step back for a minute.
Okay.
Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, finishing in a double DQ. Your thoughts real quick before we move on.
The match left a lot for me to be desired. But
Okay.
Bianca's job as the guest ref, she knocked it out of the park.
She took it very seriously. She did.
That was perhaps the best guest referee position I have ever seen.
I wouldn't say best, but most ref-like. Yes, because she did come in wanting to call it straight down the middle. Shenanigans happened. She kind of let the first one go, but didn't forget. She's like, don't do it again. And then the second one happened, and it was kind of like, no more to the second person. And then the second person took advantage of that and proceeded to slap her or whatever. I can't remember.
The first two were on Rhea, and then it was Rhea getting out of the way and Io hitting her with the drop kick.
Yeah.
Completely unintentionally that triggered this double DQ.
Yeah. So I don't blame her, really.
But, the match for me did leave a lot to be desired because you didn't get that clear, concise winner.
No, which is done on purpose because we've been chatting amongst each other going, this is going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. What's the best saying? Nah, Jesse Ventura at SummerSlam 88 and again SummerSlam 99 was the best. And I think he's just pulling your leg, so let's just move on.
I was going to say, because I don't remember Jesse Ventura as a guest ref at either of those pay-per-views.
Oh, you might have to go back and watch, because I vaguely remember him being there. I'll be honest.
I can see more SummerSlam 88.
So, I mean, it was SummerSlam. I said WrestleMania, didn't I?
No.
Okay. So, let's go to what's going to be happening this week.
Okay.
Now,
Tonight.
our first match is I really want to take this because I'm invested in this one. It's the Women's Intercontinental Championship match with Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley. Holy snap. Okay, so Bayley's getting a shot at the title. Before we predict, I'm going to ask who are you picking to win this match?
I am taking Lyra, but on shenanigans.
Okay, see, I was going to pick Bayley in a clean match. Because I think Bayley's just this much better.
But that's the experience factor. I mean, Lyra is a fantastic competitor. And I mean, it was just that little bit of experience that put Bayley into the Elimination Chamber over Lyra.
Exactly. Right.
But I also think that now you're starting to put a shine on that title and on its first champion. You don't want to go and jump to a new champion right away.
Okay, so you want this one to breathe a little bit more.
I do. I do think that there is unfinished business in the Bayley Roxanne Perez feud.
Okay.
And it's sort of been shifted to the back burner, or as I've been reading on social media, it has been canceled. Well, no, you can't. There's too much unfinished business. You don't want to revisit it and say, well, 3 years ago. No.
Well, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Who cares?
So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we might see some Roxanne Perez interference, giving Lyra the win and making it a contested title. And I think that maybe then you will see Bayley versus Roxanne in a number one contenders match for the Raw after WrestleMania.
Okay. I can get behind that story. Mine was just because the experience Bayley has as a champion and being a veteran of the women's. Okay.
You can do the number one contenders match next week. The winner gets the title shot on the Raw after WrestleMania.
Okay. I could get behind that. Wow. Interesting. What's Beth saying now? I'm not here calling it directly down the middle. The next match is the WWE World Tag Team Championship match with obviously the War Raiders.
Yes.
But the not New Day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm calling them right now.
I am taking the War Raiders to retain.
So am I, to be honest. I don't see the New Day. I mean, we could be completely wrong too. I just don't see the New Day winning these titles right now. But again, they are so hated as this heel faction, and you want to get some more heat, get the titles on them.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Now, again, and this is where, and I'm going to look at this, is do we see, now, let's say the New Day does win.
Okay.
Do we see them then say, well, we are the New Day. We've won this many. We need to defend these at WrestleMania. Do we then get that tag team ladder match to get the belts onto somebody new? Or let's go with the War Raiders win.
Okay.
Do we see the New Day introduce their new potential heater if they're bringing in a third person?
I don't see them bringing in a third person. But I could see your scenario, but with the War Raiders retaining and saying we deserve our WrestleMania moment and saying we'll take on anybody, we don't care who it is, and then Adam Pearce and his infinite amazing wisdom goes, okay, it's going to be your titles above the ring. If you want to retain them, get them.
Yeah.
In a ladder
match. Yeah.
I could get behind that. I don't want the New Day just to be we're going to hold them till WrestleMania, and then at WrestleMania, we're going to lose them to somebody else. Don't do that.
No, you don't want the transitional.
No, if you want them to have the titles, have the titles.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Like, as much as I don't like the New Day, I still have enough respect that they deserve a title run if they're going to have it.
They do. But, and I mean, you could do that ladder match scenario because, I mean, think about it. Then you could get the New Catch Republic back in there. You could put the War Raiders back in there. A-Town Down Under, who was not on anybody's bingo card to win the tag titles last year.
And just because they won them last year, I would exactly put them back in that match because you never know. And then who else could you throw in there? Like, literally, you could anybody. You could throw Dominic and whoever you want.
I'm going to say this, depending on where they go for the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
You could get Dom and Carlito in there.
There you go. Right? Like, just throw some random teams in there because we know either the New Day is going to win, or the Raiders are going to retain it, or New Catch Republic's going to win, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whatever, whoever.
You don't. Let's not forget, we've still got the Creed brothers. We've
Throw
got
them in there. Like there's so many options to lift these titles to a whole new limit. Even if the Raiders retain, you can still just keep raising that bar with those titles. And I'm excited to see what they do with them after this match.
100%.
Who do you have coming up next?
Coming up next, we have El Grande Americano, Chad Gable, in action.
It's not Chad Gable. I will, Brett, I know where you live. I'll be there. It
I
is
know.
not Chad Gable. I'm telling you. Excuse me. This is a legit luchador from Mexico that he has found, trained with, to not only learn the arts of lucha libre, but to teach this wrestler American wrestling. Howdy, Asia. How are you? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you here all the time. And I'm ignoring that last comment because Mr. Best, you are not Commander Data anymore.
Good evening to you, Asia. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you on our show.
It is. She was in last night as well and
Yes.
learned a lot about our product.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So
Up-
he's in action. Do you know who he's facing?
We do not.
Okay.
I
mean- Go ahead.
up next, probably the segment of the night.
I'm thinking, yeah.
CM Punk, Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins.
That's right, brother. I'm tickled pink about this because of what happened on SmackDown Friday night. Literally, the wise man said no to his tribal chief
Yeah.
because, and I posted it on our social media, the promise he made to CM Punk, when you get to WrestleMania, the main event, I will be walking down that aisle with you, my friend.
Yep.
Okay. We need to rewind the clock a little bit here to remind people that if it wasn't for Paul Heyman, there wouldn't be a CM Punk.
Right.
But again, if it wasn't for CM Punk, there wouldn't be Paul Heyman where he is kind of at now. Because their careers are so intertwined.
They are, but that started with Ohio Valley Wrestling and FCW. Sorry, not OVW.
Yeah.
CM Punk, though, I mean, compared to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, was such a minute part of Heyman's career. It was
But-
huge, but it was minute.
It might have been this much of the pan, but when your friendship stretches over all these years, it becomes
Now, here's
You know.
I'm gonna do one different.
okay.
Paul Heyman is going to come to the ring at WrestleMania before CM Punk, before Roman Reigns, before Seth Rollins.
Oh,
That
geez.
way,
Okay.
he's there. And that way he can be in the corner of both Roman and Punk.
Not because the words were, "I'm going to walk with you to the ring."
I know.
I know,
But
I know. You're just kind of putting a twist on it. I know.
I know how Paul Heyman thinks.
Oh, what's he thinking right now, brother?
Paul Heyman is thinking, God, I can't wait to join with Seth Rollins after WrestleMania.
Right. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen in this segment, though? Just chatter?
This is going to be CM Punk and Paul Heyman are going to come out. They are going to talk. Seth Rollins is going to come out, interrupt them, and just try and twist that knife a little bit.
Okay.
I do not see this breaking down.
You see them being civil with each other?
Yeah, because I think I think Seth will maybe try and overplay his hand a little bit tonight.
Okay. All right. I kind of see the same thing we got from Rollins on SmackDown. He's going to just be giggling like a schoolgirl about this. Like, oh my God, you talked him away from his tribal chief, the guy that pays his bills, and, all that kind of stuff, made him relevant, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. And he's just going to be giggling the whole time. Honestly, do. But that being said, the match I'm really looking forward to is the one that's on next on our list. Penta, my boy, taking Penta is taking on my other boy, Dominic Mysterio. Now, I'm really hoping that they showcase Lucha Libre La Wrestling, my friend.
Oh,
I hope they
you are going to get that and so much more. This is going to be a technical prowess lucha match
I hope so.
that really the end result is going to determine the WrestleMania match, because there's no question we are going to get interference.
Oh yeah, I think Finn Balor's gonna do some kind of run in, and then of course Braun Breaker's gonna have to come in because he can't be showed up by either one of these gentlemen. I think in the end we're getting Penta, Dominic, Finn Balor, Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania.
Oh, we are. I mean, keep in mind that, yes, after last week when Finn went to talk to Adam Pearce and say, I pinned Penta, I deserve the title match,
Yep.
Liv told Dom, you both won the match. He got
Yep.
the pin, but you both won the match, so go get yourself.
Exactly. So that's where I think this is going to snowball into, like you said, we're going to end up at WrestleMania with these four guys somehow, some way, because Penta wants the title. Balor wants the title. Dom's just in there because he's got his old lady up his butt telling him, you better do this because you did it. You were there too. You were part of it.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it. I don't care who you
Me
are.
too. Me too. That is going to be a phenomenal match.
Yeah.
Probably your match of the night.
Very well could be. It very well, like Dominic, forget Dominic even. Okay, let's go Penta himself. Always from moment his music hits till the moment the ref counts 3, he's on fire. Like he's 110 go.
Yeah.
Now let's put the legend's son in there. Dominic Mysterio. Let's throw Dominic. I'd like to call him Dominic Guerrero. Let's throw him in there. This kid has yet to really bust through that curtain, so to speak, and really showcase what he really, really, really is about when it comes to the lucha libre background that this kid's got. He really hasn't showed it 100%.
See, and that's where I'm going to disagree, because Dom has been put into matches and into, huge matches at WrestleMania and on major PLEs. He hasn't, other than his run with the NXT North American Championship, he hasn't been, I don't want to say allowed, but he hasn't had the opportunity to carry a major singles title on the main
He
roster.
might now.
And given the history and everything going on between Finn and Dom in the Judgment Day, this is what I'm going to say. I think Finn is going to come out, and instead of going after Penta or Braun because of the belt, why are you trying to undercut me and get
Why are you
yourself
trying to steal
into
my
this match?
thunder kind of thing?
Yeah.
I never thought of that. But I just feel somehow, some way, that Dom's going to be the one that pulls out this win to get the Intercontinental title. I have that feeling that I just can't shake. that these other three guys are going to get so wrapped up in what they're doing, they're going to forget Dom, and he's going
Right.
to pull something out. So
Well,
let's not forget that.
and I'm going to say this because I'm with you 100%. I think Dom is going to win because Braun Breaker, as new as he is already set for that next level push.
Oh shit, yeah.
And that's going to actually pertain to our next segment
Yeah, let's go. Do it.
with Jey Uso and Gunther under one roof.
That's that's going to end up in someone either going to the hospital or going to jail. I just have that feeling. Not going to lie.
This is going to again be brutal,
Yeah.
physical.
Backstage too. This isn't going to be out by the ring.
Oh yes, it will.
Something's going to
Well,
happen backstage.
It's going to go all over. I have a feeling that this is how we open the show.
I could get behind that. That'd be a hell of a way to open your show.
Because then if you think about it, Jey Uso is in that world title picture.
Yeah.
He's winning the belt at Mania. You're pushing Braun to that next level. They feuded over the Intercontinental
They
title.
did. What a feud that would be for the heavyweight.
So
Is that where you're going?
That's exactly where I'm going.
Oh, bro, I would be tickled pink if that's where they're going with it. And Jay win it and keep it.
I mean, you give it. I think that is your SummerSlam main event. Braun Breaker and Jey Uso.
Again, 100% mint. Take my money. At this point, anything Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, there's like a few of them that I'm like, just take my money.
Logan Paul.
So the next segment is Adam Pearce addressing the Women's World Championship situation, which I'm watching right now. I think he's just going to call it, Io, you make up the decision. It's your title. Kind of scenario. And she just goes, I've already told you, Adam, I will take both of them because I'm tired of them looking past me.
See, and I'm going to go, I mean, I'm with you. I think he could very well do that, but I think he is going to come out because it's going to be something between the three of them again, and he is going to say, Rhea put her name on the contract. It is official.
Oh, you're just going to be like, I'm done. The thing's already signed. 3 years, it's done.
Yep.
WrestleMania. Wow. Okay. I mean, damn.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Bye, people. Wow. I don't know what to say to that because, I mean, you can't fault that logic. Just, you know what? I'm done with it. The contract's already signed. The 3 years are going to WrestleMania. Sorry, Io, but you're taking on both of them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Mine just exploded. I'm again, take my money. Anything Io Sky does, money. Our old champion, Rhea Ripley, anything she does right now, gold.
Yep.
And then you throw Bianca into this mix, who is a very, very, very strong contender for anything you put in front of her.
Yep.
And now you want to put the three of them in a match for that title? Just take my Visa, my credit cards, just take it.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little jealous of the nephew that gets to go to WrestleMania. I'm a little jealous of that kid. I'll be honest.
You know what? I am too, but
like in a good way, not like I'm gonna beat.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I want to beat the kid because no, I'm like the kid's lucky he gets to do this. It's not an opportunity a lot of us get to do.
No.
So if I could shake the kid's hand and be like, dude, hug as many of them as you can, because you know, like you may never get to see them again because
This
They
is
might
the kid who met Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. Was it Money in the Bank in Toronto? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Yeah, he met Cody at Money in the Bank. And I'm excited for him. Yes, I got to experience WrestleMania. That was a one-night spectacular. I'd love to experience a two-night Mania.
Could you imagine? Dude, I would just let's just be honest. I've never, other than local shows, have been to a professional wrestling event this big.
Right.
Just a TV show, let alone a pay-per-view, because I know the pay-per-view is twice as big.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it is what it is. We should probably get rolling here, my friend, because
We should.
we have a Raw Patrol to get to, people.
We do, ladies and gentlemen. It is about that time for us to get out of here and wrap up. So, for those of you, stay tuned. We are going over to the Raw Patrol.
Yep.
But first, Bubba.
I already did that.
Oh, well.
That's okay. YouTube is Bubba OMD, Twitch land, which, by the way, Twitch, if you're on Twitch right now, or you're not on Twitch, get on my Twitch, because when I go to the Raw Patrol, my Twitch is coming with me. So again, people, Twitch, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Get over there, or don't get over there at all, because you're going to miss it.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for me, look for me at my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show. From all of us here at the Locker Room Breakdown and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there, wherever you are, good night, good luck,